Celestial greetings, and the celestial is coming down to the earth. I'm in my earth suit, addressing the Jamaicans with something that some may not be ready to hear. In regards to the shooting, the police shooting, which one you pick one and choose, but you'll see once you hear what I'm talking about. Because there has been many. As I had recently came back from Jamaica, it's almost like every day, like what you all are seeing when I come back, and it's like, oh, this is what y'all seeing. When you're in Jamaica, it's like every day, sometimes more than once, twice a day, of police shootings, people dying by the hands of police, right? So this is one that everyone was talking about, and there is a twofold to this, right? This is, like I said, not everybody's going to want to hear it, but here goes. The first fold, right, has to do with the hypocrisy of those who have a particular belief, right? There's a hypocrisy in the belief of, let's just look at who was shot, right? They said a woman. When you see the picture, it's a woman, I guess you could say, practicing as a man, right? So there's some kind of deception even when it's given in the news, right? So there's this hypocrisy where I'm looking at it like I'm hearing some of the comments, and this is to those who hold that hypocrisy. This is not for everybody, but for those who say comments like Sasiman or Batiman, or whatever it is, Fishman, fi, that. Um, this, figuratively speaking, what I'm saying is this is the hypocrisy in the belief, because obviously I'm not talking about literal, right? We're gone are the days of that literally where we had lynch mobs going through the streets. This is not about that. I'm talking about to those who hold a belief system of that as such. Now, when this has happened, the first thing that they're saying is she never deserved it. And again, let me be clear. Let me be clear. I'm not saying anybody deserves to be dealt with in that inhumane manner. I'm speaking about the belief, the hypocrisy in the belief. So for you to turn around and say that now, after you have a belief of this is what should happen, right? And let me not go that far yet. This is not what should happen. There's a hypocrisy there in your belief system. This is just one of the things that if we're not checking ourselves, on one breath you say this, and then on the next breath when it happened, oh, they didn't deserve to, but I thought you said them fit. Right? So there's a hypocrisy. That's one fold that I see about this. And was there a deception in the news? Yes, because even and I'm sure I'm not the only one, when you hear the news and you hear, oh, this woman was shot, and I'm looking for, the woman. And when they show the picture, I'm a little confused, and I'm like, you kind of a little taken back. Again, not saying that the person deserved that either way, but it throws you off. And so the message here is Jamaica needs to be clear. If they want to be recognized a certain way, then speak on them in that certain way. This person. But when you say a woman, we're looking for a woman that looks like a woman, not a woman that is a man practicing, right? Ashay, I'm speaking to truth. Again, not saying anyone deserves any inhumane acts. I'm talking about your beliefs, right? Um, the next fold, right? Just let me just case that to the side, because stick a pin on that, because there's another reason why they're going to bring that to the forefront. The very thing that I'm saying, they're going to use that to speak about, to distract what's really happening behind the scenes. The second fold to that is that Jamaica's not realizing the police. Look at what these police represent. The police have been killing people left, right, and center. And I don't know who's not seeing it, but this, let me paint the picture. The police that is killing people, this is the remnants. This is what has been playing. This is the ancestors rising right now and showcasing you what has been happening for years. You're getting a taste of what our ancestors had been dealing with post-Maroon Treaty. This is no different than the post-Maroons Treaty. After the treaty, this is exactly what they did to their citizens, their people. They captured, killed, and they did inhumane, they treated them inhumanely. The way they probably tossed their bodies aside, they took some of their bodies, put their heads on, behead them, and put them on stilts in Spanish Town to be examples. They worked for the system. The police is no different than post Maroons. The post treaty Maroons were the first police. They were the first police force, the patrols that they use to terrorize. This is a statement of terror, right? And now let me go even deeper. Let me bring it back up, into the celestials, because in the energy world of all of this is what we're missing. There are two things that people are going to be looking at with this. And then for one, they're going to be looking at the first fold that I spoke about, and it's going to become a topic of was this person targeted because of their lifestyle. And that's going to be the thing. They're going to come up and say, oh, true, them are this and them are that, and that's why they targeted them. The second thing is you're going to hear stories, because this shooting is also related to the 17-year-old who was killed by police, the 4-year-old who was killed by police in January. And I remember being in Jamaica around that time, and there's some issues even behind that. There's some stuff going on behind that. So there's a conspiracy there of it happening, and like there's something going on in that family. What is it? Why this family is being targeted? Which is true. I'm not saying none of this is false. There's underlying truths in all of this. Even in the choice of lifestyle, they may look at that as well. So the distraction is going to be people paying attention to this person's choice of lifestyle, as well as the family conspiracy. Still, although these may be true, they are still distractions from the bigger picture. Let's zoom out and take the bigger picture, which is this is a statement of terrorism. They don't want me to speak. Let me clear my throat. I'm not even gonna edit that. Just, you see them energies want to chop me in my throat. These are the things they don't want said. And I'm speaking to energies. This is a spirit of terrorism. A spirit of terrorism, where they are terrorizing those who are waking up. This is the bigger picture. They want those who are waking, and those who may potentially follow those who are waking, the followers around them who are witnessing the waking ones, particularly on that island, because they know there's a lot of people waking up on that island. There's a lot of people who are waking up, who are coming to that island, opening portals on that island, right? For light to flow through and break the dark matter chatter that is happening in the spiritual warfare of that land, period. So this is the bigger picture that they don't want you to see. So let's not get caught up in the distractions of, yes, the lifestyle, yes, the family conspiracy, but let's go bigger than that. Understand, overstand, and understand that that spirit of terrorism is being cast over the entire island. They want you to be afraid. They want you to know that, hey, we're out here. And so the last part of this that I want to say, asking for help from the government is futile. Those who are calling out for wholeness and MPs and things like that, they are not going to help you. They are the system through which this is coming from. They are the institution through which this post-Maroon terrorism was built on and founded on, the British colonialism that still sits over the island, right? And they are active right now. So asking for help from the people who represent the institution and those who represent the colonialism is not going to justify, it's not going to do you any help. It's like going on deaf ears. So this is time for us to realize and recognize what is really happening, and stand firm and strong in your truths, and let them not terrorize you out of your waking state. Continue to open your consciousness and arise, and do not be terrorized. Ashe, peace.